Welcome to Not Safe for Work Magic. My name is Gravity Groove. We're going to be trying a brew here. There are a lot of variations of Sultai control right now. Ultimately, we probably need to make a Yorion-based one because that's just where the format is at. This is my attempt to see if counter magic is powerful enough to potentially puncture the Yorion decks. We have, I believe, 7 main deck counterspells here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have a couple more on the board. We have Shark Typhoons as our primary win condition. Oro, of course, always a good secondary win condition. We have a mix of discard, removal, and counterspells here. The hope is once they realize that we have counter magic, they hold cards in hand to try to play around them, and then we get them with discard spells. That's the plan, but you know, things often don't work out to plan here, do they? We also have 4 Cries, a couple more Rituals of Soot in the sideboard should we need the tools against aggro. Perhaps one more of those Ritual of Soot should just be Extinction Event. I like Event a little more. It is a little more narrow, but Exile is an important word. And maybe the full 4 strokes in here, or another Neutralize. I guess we'll try to work on those numbers as we go. I could see Neutralize over Narset, but we'll leave it as it is. We're going to try this a couple times, see how it feels. It's probably going to be bad, like everything in Standard is that isn't just Sky Luca. So I hope someone's having fun out there playing Standard, because boy am I not. I'm doing it, because this is day 55 of quarantine. And suffer for you is what we do here on this show. So this is probably the cycling deck, although it could be a variation. Generally when I see Lurrus, the most popular deck currently with Lurrus is cycling. So it's generally a fair assumption. We do have Oro, which will give us some life gain. And we have a Neutralize potentially for a Sun Zenith. But their deck actually requires a lot of removal. They have a lot of must-remove threats, and we do not have a lot of good immediate answers. Okay, he didn't play a white source, he's not Lurrusing. Figured if he Lurrused, we would Extinction Event. We're just going to Uro here, put our shields down for a turn. We don't have to worry about the Zenith Sun just yet. We get another black mana if we have it in the base. It doesn't solve your problem, son. Got enough to bring back Uro. Getting one more mana will allow us to bring back Uro and hold up counter magic. Yeah, pretty good. This doesn't do it, does it? Shit. Well, it looks like we might be got here. We actually needed another island, and we got a swamp. That's not quite right, but I guess we'll put it into play. So he's choosing not to try to sun us this turn. We can get a bunch of activations instead. Drawing an Extinction Event or a Ritual would be pretty great. Extinction Event a little worse on the current board. Shark Typhoon would be nice to be able to start closing this out. Yeah, his life total is definitely a resource. Looks like he's out of gas. So we gain 3 when we attack. We take 7 on the crackback. They gain 3. It's not great math here. I'll tell you that much. See, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I guess we had 8. So Typhoon, Neutralize, both seem good here. Cool. Okay. So, want the cries, want the ritual, want strokes. Can probably cut the trophies. Cut some of the discard. I guess we still want the trophies, right? If we need removal, we need removal. We don't have a ton of it. Bringing the 2 strokes in and maybe cutting the Thassa's interventions? Yeah. Cut 1. Shark Typhoon. Let's try like that. This is actually a deck we just figured would be really good. I might end up having to find a place to put that. I'm not having turn 1 Flourishing Fox, a godsend for us, of course. Oh, that's why I should have left trophies in. Heartless doesn't deal with it. Or do I? I think we're going to try to get him to commit more to the board this time. And we'll cry next turn. Wow. Missing a land drop in our 27 lander is pretty painful. Yeah, if he double cycles here and we miss a land, we're in pretty big trouble. It seems like that's where we're at. Yep, didn't hit a land drop. So we're probably just dead. We probably didn't want to have to cycle that. Our next land will probably be a Triome, just hammering home how fucked we are. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to play this anymore. Miss your land drops, you die. That's just what happens. Okay, so maybe we don't want any discard. Just removal and counter spells. Got greedy there, though. Gonna be punished for it. I think we hold up Neutralize here and then Ritual next turn since we have so damn many of them. That way we can just drop Narset to stop us cycling and just not down tick it. Rather than just feeding the Narset right now. Sure. As long as he doesn't have Fight as one, we're probably good here. If he has Fight as one, we're screwed. Gonna lure us and refox, which is gonna force us to pump the Narset looking for more removal. If this card wasn't printed, we would have won this game already. That was a lucky draw. See, we have green, green, blue, blue, blue. I just need more blue. Jesus fucking Christ. How does he have this many goddamn threats in fucking 16 cards? Like, holy shit. Okay. Like, what the fuck? We need a sweeper every turn? Really? Like, this shit is unreasonable. Do this first. We're probably just dead because he just has rebuilt his board 3 times in a row.
My prowess is unmatched. I have just the trick for this.
Or not. Should not have to cast 83 sweepers a game to win. Pretty fucking ridiculous.
Hone your prowess.
So we can, we could potentially take 8 here, which I think would not be that bad. We need to start getting a clock on, so let's do that. 4. Zenith sun me, bro. think we're just going to cast this and try to start gaining some life back. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so we can cycle this and hold up neutralize. Yep. Yeah, that deck is really annoying. Sun Zenith was definitely a mistake, and Loris just makes that deck pretty ridiculous, actually. That's got to be the cheapest, most powerful deck in Standard in ages. Pretty irritating, honestly. Maybe we do want 2 rituals. Not making a lot of progress here today, as you can see. No companion probably means an aggro pile. Yeah, certainly not our best game one. Interesting. Take the even card, try to get them to go odd. It gives us potentially good value out of our extinction event in the future. I think we also probably pain this in so that we can trade with one of those. Yeah, unfortunately. If we don't hit our 4th land on curve here and it has to be Black Source, we're dead. Pretty typical. Let's counter that. You notice we played a lot of these games and we haven't drawn any Uros either? Like, we're just not... For some reason, we're not able to find that card. This is a 60 card deck, by the way, not an 80 card deck. Those decks always find exactly what they want whenever they want them. Not so much with us. So we take out all the discard. We bring in all of our kill stuffs. And probably bring out some counter magics. And there you go. Let's see how this does. I'm going to bring out an intervention over a neutralize, because at least we can cycle that, right? Holy fuck! Okay. Okay. Let's see, land. 27. Deck. 33. Hand. 0 land. 7 other. Draw 7. 1.1%. Yep. We've played like 6 games. We've got 1% and 6% and 2% back to back. It's it'd be incredible if it wasn't obvious how completely broken the shuffler was. Yep. That's a ritual set. So now I think we just look for the additional land here. Okay. It qualifies. So we can play the swamp, play Uro, drop this land. They just lighten up the stage. Cool, cool. Oh, okay. I don't know what they kept. I mean, it's a blocker. It's a blocker. Not a very good one, though. No Scorching Dragonfire there, to my surprise. We've got a trophy for Torbrand. Always wanted a Torbrand trophy. That beard seems worth putting in a mantle. Cool. Got a trophy for the next door brand. Slowly walking our way up to recast in Uro. Sure. Trophy also insulates us slightly from Embercleave. We cycle the neutralize. We have Uro next turn. Saying it's just all Embercleaves, huh? See, we have blue, blue, green, green, blue, blue. Okay. Do we want strokes too? Probably want strokes too, huh? We're gonna have to take a short break after this to refill this. Because this is unacceptable. This is the magic fluid that gets us through this agony. Well, these are great. This is not. Again, 27 land. We have a 27 land deck here. 27. One lander into a two lander and a 27 land deck. Somehow typical. Somehow typical. Do we want the two to keep the two rituals and dump the eat? Yeah. Gosh. One land hand with the 27 land deck is a 7.7% chance. That is 7.7 games out of 100. Of course, did not draw land. Of course, did not draw land. Ah! 10 cards, 2 land in a 27 land deck. Yeah. Uh-huh. That was fun. Sure. Okay. Let's try one more. Oh. It's beautiful. Really. Perfect. Oh. Incredible. Just incredible. Probably the mirror. Oh, great, this pile of shit. Simic Flash. An incredibly unpleasant pile. Blue source would have been pretty sweet there. Well, we're never casting Sharknado. It's just a cycler. We'll never be able to get it through. And even if we did, it would just get bounced. So we could Uro here. We still have Trophy up. Seems okay. Don't care if they counter this. We still only have one blue source. I guess we needed to keep that tempo, huh? Flash with Uro, okay. Well, there's our second blue. Gives us the option to Uro. Although it's going to get countered. I guess we can't really cast anything yet, can we? We could have planned to block that with the Shark Typhoon, but then they just would have bounced the block with Brazen Borrower. We're trying to get them to play Brazen Borrower before we play the Shark Typhoon token, but we may not be able to wait that long. Counter that asshole. hope he doesn't have Brazen Borrower number 2 here. One, two, three. This leaves us 3 mana to pay for Mystic Dispute. I mean, if he has 2 Mystic Disputes, I don't know what the long pause is about. Okay, so now we Ritual Soot his Uro. If we draw an additional land, we can Ritual Soot and cast an Uro of our own. If he has counter magic, we can trophy the Uro. Okay. Yeah, puts us off casting our own. Damn it, this is empty. Let's game. Uh-huh.
I train every day. No, put thoughtfulness.
Is there a reason you're not
before
quitting?
action.
Yeah. Okay, so Counterpalooza. Counterpalooza indeed. Ritualist too slow here. Our deck's kind of pre-boarded against them, isn't it? There's not really a lot we need to shift around. I guess Extinction Event isn't terribly useful. You can name even if we get behind against a wolf, though, which there's some utility there. Huh. I want this other Murderous Rider because their threats are tall. But what do we cut for it? Cut a Typhoon? Stroke only really nails the wolf, so I don't know if we care about changing that up. If we want one of these Aether Gusts, do we want it over Counter Magic? Probably not. I feel like I should just have the full 4 neutralizers in here. Maybe 3 strokes in the board. Erasure on 2 and 3 seems good. Good stuff. Well, our discard is there to get counterspells out of his hand, and it got counterspells out of his hand, so you know. Just need to hit some lands now. We get a swamp, we're protected from the ambusher. Well, I mean, that sort of does it, but still has 1 blue up. No, if he had another dispute, he would have used it last turn. So if he has Ambusher now, we have to deal with the 2/2, unfortunately, but we can clean up the wolf itself. Or if we hit a land, we have Extinction Event. That seems pretty great. Sure. We're gonna go for the Shark Typhoon plan this time. He has the bounce, good for him. What are we looking for here? I guess just a row. Remorse is good. I'll take Remorse. Okay. Could have had Quench there, but I felt like it was worth taking the shot. The more conservative play would have been to trophy it and then hold up Disdainful Stroke. Probably going to bait out some kind of flash play. Pay 2. Or pay 4? Oh no, we can't pay 4. Sadness. Next turn we'll Murderous, holding up our stuff here. Don't know what good Sorcerer Spyglass is against us. We don't have any Planeswalkers other than Narset. And only 3 of them. We do have Assassin's Trophy if we want to destroy that as well. Beautiful. Sure. Pseudo card advantage. We are hoping for a land here. We are somewhat outmaneuvering the 2-color control deck. Opponent very deep in the tank, apparently. Okay. Just roping us. Alright, now we have enough mana next turn to Uro and hold up Disdainful Stroke. Or crash the client. And also crash the client. You wanted some more land, right? That's what you wanted, opponent? More land? I think he's just salty roping us, so we're just going to hang out and play with our sound effects, shall we? Let's see. First, the tragedy. Sorry about that. Then, of course, the comedy. And then, of course, what we'd like to do to our opponent for doing this. Seriously, don't be a chicken shit. Don't be a coward. Don't be a dick. Lose with some dignity. This is just fucking childish. You're getting to see how all of the tiny decisions we made that got us +1 cards allowed for us to take over this game. Our decks are actually both very similar in design, both leveraging Uro and counterspells to try to fight the greedier decks that are casting Elspeth and Yorion. Effects that are control decks that are attempting to slightly go under the larger, greedier control decks. Even if they're not doing so with an aggressive game plan, with a pressure-based plan, they're still trying to go under with counter magic. Cool. Useful. If we get an 8th land, I think we'll just cast the Shark Typhoon. Thank you. Thank you. It was me. All me. So it seems like a decent one to close out the hour on. This was an okay deck. We didn't get to play the Yorion Nightmare with it. We're going to try a few more of those off stream and see how it fares. Probably poorly, to be honest. It suffers the same problems that everything suffers right now. It's a deck full of answers when threats are really much, much more powerful. It certainly was fun the way we managed to actually have some back and forth gameplay in that last one. But typically I don't know if it's going to be strong enough to perform to the degree it needs to. This was Sultai Control, my take on it, as it was. You got to see a lot of really terrible land draws in this one, which again is very typical of this show. I've been Gravity Groove for Not Safe for Work Magic. I really hope you're having a little fun out there watching us get our ass kicked by how terrible this game can be. And if you are enjoying yourself, please feel free to leave a thumbs up down there, comment. You don't have to subscribe, but you should tell your family, your dog, your pets, your pastor, your physician, your psychologist, all to subscribe to my channel. It's very important. And once again, there's a lot of content out there you could be watching. I appreciate you spending a little time with me. Thanks a lot for dropping by, and we will see you. What's going to happen, isn't it? Wait for it. It'll make the moment more meaningful. Later. Boom.